It strikes someone as.
To cause one to consider someone, or something as being a certain type of person or thing. For example, the design just doesn't strike me as anything particularly unique or interesting.
Joined at the hip.
To be exceptionally close to someone. For example, my roommate and I were joined at the hip until she joined a sorority.
Kick the bucket.
Die. For example, any plant under her care kicks the bucket in about a week.
Last straw.
The final problem in a series of problems. For example, losing my job was bad enough, but being evicted was the final straw.
Let someone by the nose.
To completely control a person. For example, he's so much in love with her that she can lead him around by the nose and he won't complain.
Like a kid in a candy store.
To be so excited about one's surroundings that one acts in a childlike or silly way. For example, Lucas loves football so much that he's like a kid in a candy store anytime he steps into the stadium.
Look daggers at someone.
To look at someone in an angry way. For example, Sarah looked daggers at Mary, as if it had all been her fault.
Make believe.
Pretend or imagine something is real. For example, her father died 2 years ago, but whenever she doesn't know what to do about a situation, she simply makes believe he is advising her, and it always helps.
Make good time.
To travel somewhere quickly. For example, we're making good time. We've already traveled several hundred miles today.
Oddball.
A weirdo or a strange person. For example, he is still in disbelief. Someone like her would want to date an oddball like him.
Off and on.
Intermittently. For example, they had been dating off and on for about a year, but they didn't get serious until last month.
Off the peg.
Of clothes, mass-produced and ready to wear. For example, you can find really stylish clothes off the peg if you look hard enough.
On the house.
Free by a business. For example, all the drinks were on the house.
On the spot.
At the place where an event is happening or has recently happened. For example, the police were called and they were on the spot within 5 minutes.
On the verge of.
At the point when something is about to happen, or is very likely to happen. For example, we were on the verge of divorce.
Part and parcel.
An essential or fundamental part or aspect of something. For example, she knows that customer complaints are part and parcel of this job.
Pay through the nose.
Pay an excessive amount for something. For example, I paid through the nose to get the car fixed.
Pull yourself together.
To calm oneself down and begin to think or act appropriately. For example, Charlie is stressed out, but she needs to pull herself together and get this report done
Put someone or something at somebody's disposal.
Available to be used by someone. For example, I would take you if I could, but I don't have a car at my disposal this week.
Sleep like a baby.
To experience a very deep and restful sleep, to sleep soundly. For example, I have to set numerous alarms for the morning because I sleep like a baby every night.
Sleep on it.
To think more about something overnight and make a decision about it later. For example, after sleeping on the matter, she had a little more clarity about what to do.
So far, so good.
Things are going well so far. For example, how's the project going? So far, so good. We just need to finalize the user interface.
Spick and span.
Totally clean or organized. For example, she plans to spend the day cleaning, so that this place is spick and span when her mother-in-law arrives.
Split hairs.
Argue or worry about small details. For example, although they both agreed to divorce, his wife is splitting hairs about their settlement.
Splitting headache.
A very bad pain in your head. For example, she has got a splitting headache.
Take someone or something for granted.
To consider something as being innately or unfailingly true, correct, real, or available. For example, I guess I just took your support for granted because I thought you would be there for me no matter what.
Take something into account or consideration.
To think about something before one makes a decision or forms an opinion. For example, it may be fairly cheap to buy this laptop, but you've got to take into consideration the money you'll spend on repairs.
The 11th hour.
The last moment or almost too late. For example, she always turned her term papers in at the 11th hour.
When pigs fly.
At a point in time that will never come to pass. For example, hey, do it? It's fun. I've already told you. I will learn to dance when pigs can fly.